What's up everyone, Billy here from Box Collectibles, bringing you another toy review. Not actually a toy review, this is a year review. This is a review of what I've collected throughout this year, and I wanted to rank it. So it's going to be a top 10, everyone's favorite thing to do. And we're doing it a little bit different, as you can see with, my face on the camera. But for this, I'm going to be ranking the things that I bought this year to show off how I collect things or what I'm interested in as a toy collector. It is going to be mostly Power Ranger and Sentai stuff. As you know, that is what I collect. So for this, it is going to be ranked on sentimentality and playability, the two things that are very important to me when it comes to collecting. There are a couple honorable mentions, as we will talk about at the start, and I will have reasoning for all of my choices and some backstory for why they are ranked that way. But let's go ahead and get into the honorable mentions. First up, we have a common theme that'll be explained throughout the video, but we have this Mystic Knights Battle Fury armor figure. This is the main Mystic Knight person that I cannot remember right now. But it is basically their battleizer, and I started collecting battleizers a couple years ago, just off the whim of just liking how they look. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen them here and there. But this looks sick. It's not like a traditional battleizer where stuff comes off, but it has these like missiles that I'm not going to fire because it's very delicate. I already broke a piece on it, but yes, that is my first honorable mention. It is a nice addition to my collection. I have a big shelf of battleizers, and this looks great on it. My other honorable mention is this Triceratops Ranger from Power Rangers RPM. This is a sealed in box figure. I've been collecting RPM stuff lately, just trying to get, my main goal with the RPM collection is to get one of each of the Red Ranger figures, so all of Scott's figures in the toy line. But additionally, I would like to get every regular Ranger, so all of the Full Throttle Rangers in the line, and then on the back, just so you can get a little taste of 2009. But yeah, the Paleo Rangers are like awesome. The two cool themes, dinosaurs and trains. I'm sure a lot of you like those. But yeah, and then also it's the Blue Ranger, so I needed it, and it's my color blue, unlike the original like Mighty Morphin blue. So yeah. All right, and to get into the actual top 10 ranking, like I said, playability, sentimentality. This one does fall into the playability part because I already have the superior version of it, but it is the Reignition Megazord from Playmates. This was the Battle Pack set that you could get at Walmart. I did the review here on the channel. A lot of these I've reviewed or taken pictures of because I try to take pictures of all my stuff. A lot of the inbox stuff that you'll see I have not, but yeah, like I said, playability for sure. This toy is that. It is massive. It, like, yeah, you can see. But just in general, like having a Megazord that I can like hold like this is awesome. Just overall, my thoughts from the review. If you've seen it, if you haven't, check it out. But yeah, the Reignition Megazord from Playmates, this is solid. I can't wait till they do a Dragon Zord. Number 10. All right, and just to reinstate that this is not stuff that was released this year. This is stuff that I purchased this year, came across this year, picked up, obtained, any of that stuff. So the Zap Astro Megazord is number 9 for me because I loved the original toy. I still have it. I show it off, in a common theme is that I reviewed this year. But this just amplifies everything, similar to how the Reignition Megazord does it for me, where it's, it's big and solid. The Astro Megazord from Zap, Hasbro did a great job on this. It would have been nice to see more Zord Ascension Project Megazords, because they did a great job on this one, and yeah. Um, but yeah, definitely playability. This thing looks great too, and then the added sentimentality with it being from in space. A fan fave series, number 9. Now, number 8, you might have seen them behind me. I just got them up here, but they are the Sentai rings from number 1 Sentai Go Juju. These very playable in the toy line itself. Overall, Go Juju's toy line is very good. I enjoyed it a lot. I was happy I went full head on with it. But these rings, as you can see here, they're just like the best part of Go Juju. So just having all of these, a representation of every Sentai team that there is, uh, great addition to my collection. And then also they're awesome. Like, let's see here. We'll just do Go Ranger since it's here. But just all of them having the function of having like these different arts on them. Like it is the ball for this one, and then they just twist, and then you get to see the Ranger. It's awesome. Very creative for the gimmick. This is my first gimmick that I went full on with. Well, I know a lot of people like the Ranger keys, the Zenkaiger gears, and I mean Don Brothers gears at the same time. But overall, I think the Sentai rings are great for my collection, and I'm happy to have them. So solid number 8 there. And then number 7, this one was a surprising pickup for me this year, because it is a Sentai toy, like, but an old one. It's from 1996. It is Car Ranger's Red Racer. This is the like basic. This is like the basic action figure for the line. It is how you got the pieces for the uh, is how you got the pieces for the road attack vehicle weapon thing, from Turbo. But this is basically the figure that they imported for the vehicles here. They used it in the go-karts here, but there the go-karts were separate. And then here they also like repainted it or repurposed it. They had the figures come with Storm Blaster and Lightning Cruiser, the red and blue. But this is Red Racer for me. Car Ranger is actually a really good series to watch. It's one of the really like more easier Sentais to watch as like a casual sit back and enjoy. It's not really. I understand why people call it the parody Sentai. It is known as that. But it has all the same tropes and it's enjoyable, and that's pretty much all I need from a show. So having a Red Racer figure in my collection is great, and that makes it a solid number 7. Up next is an actual, like, really surprising thing for this year, because I started collecting the Transformers versions of them and getting into those. But of course, I'm going to want the Sentai one. So the King Oger Blokies set. Here we have Kuwagata Oger. You get pretty much the whole set if you buy like a box. There's Spider Kimonos without me holding Jeremy by his head. I've went over these in a YouTube short, which you should check out, with the whole team. And then additionally, they did a Kyoryuger set for the team up that they had. I'm pretty excited for these. If they keep doing them, I would like to finish Kyoryuger and King Oger with both their forms that are missing. Because we need a King Kyoryu Red figure in Blokies, but then we also need a regular Okuud Gata Oger. So hopefully we do those. Additionally, they gave us their mechs in the Blokies scale, which these ones are built more like the Transformer figures that Blokies has done. They have more of the similar like frames, which makes sense. They are robots, so it works out. And then also another scale to have these. I already have the full action version for Kyoryugen and then King Oger, but those were years ago. now. Not that long, 2 years. But yeah, now it's another way to show off the team up. And yeah, with those reasons, I think this is a solid number six. All right. And now we're in the top five. Starting out with number five is a non Power Ranger or Sentai item. It is the HasLab Omega Prime set. This was something I backed last year, but it's something that I got this year. So it made the cut of things I picked up this year and also reviewed. This set, super nostalgia, super sentimental, uh, and also playable. It hits everything. It's just not a Power Ranger thing. But I have started a non Power Ranger shelf for my collection. I have stuff I'm adding to it that you will see sooner or later on my Instagram. But yeah, the Omega Prime set, I had the original set when I was younger. It was technically my first Optimus because I didn't have an Optimus Primal, and I watched Beast Wars. But for this Optimus Prime, it was my first, or so this Optimus Prime in this set was my first one when I was a child, and it's my Optimus Prime. So having the Omega Prime that combines a very blue character, like I say in the review of Ultra Magnus, and the Optimus, this is a great combiner. Awesome mech. Uh, then you get, yeah, you get the Matrix Blade, which is bigger than majority of Gojuger's weapons. Um, but yeah, no, great addition to my collection, and I'm happy to have it. So definitely makes the top five. All right, and then moving on in the top four, we have the SPD Battleizer. This was another one of my Battleizer pickups. It was definitely one of the grails because when I was younger, I had this also, but I lost a lot of the pieces through moving and stuff like that. But I was able to find one for a very good price, and I'm very happy with it, and I'm going to cherish it always because Jack's Battleizer is top top two. The only one that beats it might be the one that is above it on the list. For me because just how sleek it looks, and then also it's a dog, so I'm biased that way. But yeah, no, solid battleizer. Um, I did SPD reviews this year for the anniversary, and I picked this up mainly because of the anniversary and a combination of things, the anniversary and then my new collection of battleizers. But yeah, the SPD battleizer is my number four on my pickups for this year. All right, and moving into number three, I have a representation for what it is. The main toy line for this year was Gojuger from Super Sentai. Uh, all the toys in it were enjoyable to me. There were very few duds. I actually really enjoy this toy line, even though compared to me, it is not made for me. It's made for little kids. Uh, but overall, I think that the toy line hit the nail. They're going to be continuing some stuff in Gavin with it, similar things. But yeah, so the Gojuger toy line overall, if I had to say one toy would be Tegasword, just because it's the centerpiece. But I have the Ryu Tegasword here, uh, just to represent, and also great mecha design. This final combination nailed it. The blue gold, totally not biased towards blue or anything. But yeah, no, the Rio Sword, the Gojuju toy line, they are not number one on my list, but number three. All right, and so we're at the top two, final two. Just to reinstate, this is the pickups in 2025. They are a combination of sentimentality and playability. The sentimentality weighs a lot for me because, nostalgia, that's just how we are as humans. We want the nostalgia. And speaking of nostalgia, number two is the In Space Red Battleized Ranger. Um, I found this in a local toy store while I was out for work in a different state. Um, insane price. I had to get it. I already said I was collecting the Battleizers starting like a year or so ago. Um, never expecting to get one complete. I have some of the pieces already, like from when I was a kid, but over the years, you lose stuff. But yeah, never expected to get this. Great find. I will never take it out. I need to get a case to hold it so I can protect it, because this is only like 6 years younger than me. So uh, yeah, no, this is going to be like near and dear, protected all costs, centerpiece. I've had this since the start of the year, so it was an early pickup. It was in the running early on. But yeah, for sure, happy to have this. Number two, it's only number two because I can't play with it because I'm keeping it in the box. So the playability is out the window for me. If I had the individual toy, it would probably be more, which I plan on hopefully tracking one down at least so I can have it on the shelf with my other Battleizers. But yeah, number two, the In Space Red Battleize Ranger. All right, and before we get to number one, I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for watching throughout the year. It means a lot to me. I like being able to share my hobby with others and be able to share some stuff, some insight on what I have. If you're, not saying that I dictate what you buy, but if I've helped you understand something better, I'm happy that that was the case. Or if you just find listening to my videos entertaining, or which I'm happy for too. But moving on into number one, my number one pickup buy of 2025 was the Power Rangers Zeo Pure Midas. As you can see, it's kind of dinky on the top because of this thing, but it's complete. That's the number one thing for finding these, because they're often missing this tip here, which I will probably have to replace eventually, and the head. But yeah, no, the Pure Midas. My first ever Megazord was the Zeo Megazord, the regular Zeo Megazord, not the Super Zeo Megazord. I had the Super Zeo Megazord. I never had the Red Battlezord or Pure Midas when I was younger. I had the Warrior Wheel, the Zeo Megazord, and the Super Zeo Megazord. I even got an Orc from like Goodwill when I was younger, but I never had Pure Midas or the Red or the Red Battlezord. Pure Midas was the last thing I needed to complete the Zeo toy line, which was my first ever toy line when I was younger. So the sentimentality is there. And then also, it's like one of the best Ultra Zords, at least the crawler mode. The standing one, you can't see anything, but it's pretty cool that you can slot everything in at least. But yeah, no, the Pure Midas, which I guess I could try to transform on camera while I'm talking. Pure Midas just has a lot of sentimental value, as you can hear it. But yeah, found this in a toy shop. Got it for a solid deal, I'd say. Only thing that influenced it was the deal, I guess. I was probably going to buy it anyways, depending. Reasonable, because you can get them online and stuff. But just in person, saving on shipping costs for something so big. The Gold Ranger, one of the best 6 Rangers in the show. You gotta flip his hands up. But yeah, massive toy. Lots of playability with the toy line, which it was a toy line that I wanted the playability for. But yeah, Pure Midas is number one. In my books for my pickups of 2025. All right, and that's been it for this one, everyone. Thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments. It doesn't have to be a top 10. Not everybody wants to rank 10 of their favorite toys that they bought, but let me know one of your favorite things that you got this year. Anything really, like toy related. We'll keep it to toy related. But yeah, any of your favorite pickups, anything interesting that you found throughout the year, or if you were keeping up with the main toy line, like Gojuger, what was your favorite toy from that line? I would say probably my favorite like standout toy, like standalone toy, was probably the Orca Booster. That one has a lot of playability with the line. Just the armor itself for the Tegasword, and then I like the ring. It adds a lot to combinations that you've seen on my Instagram. But yeah, and then anything else that you've picked up, like I said, I've all my rankings were just stuff that I found in like toy stores and stuff. Also, besides the main stuff like the reignition line and whatnot. Once again, thanks for watching. I will be making more and more videos next year. I will get into Gavin Infinity at least at the start, just to check stuff out. I will try to have the first release of the mecha, so we can take a look at it and see what's to come. But yeah, again, thanks for watching.